AI coding tools are making developers faster than ever, but there's a problem nobody talks about. The faster we generate code, the harder it becomes to review, manage, and understand it. And for most engineering teams, code reviews are now becoming the biggest bottleneck in the entire development pipeline because writing code is no longer the slow part, understanding everything around the code is. Today, I'm looking at CodeRabbit agent, an AI-powered engineering teammate built directly into Slack that's designed to solve something most AI coding tools completely ignore: context. Most developers think the biggest productivity problem is writing code. It's not. The real problem is invisible friction. Every day, engineers constantly jump between Slack, GitHub, Jira, Docs, dashboards, monitoring tools, pull requests, terminals, and internal knowledge scattered across the company, and every single context switch destroys momentum. 1 minute you're debugging something in GitHub, then someone sends a Slack message, then you open Jira, then a PR, then monitoring logs, then documentation, and suddenly your brain is rebuilding context from scratch again. That hidden productivity cost compounds across entire engineering teams. And according to the brief, this is exactly the problem CodeRabbit agent is trying to solve. So CodeRabbit agent is basically an AI engineering teammate built directly into Slack. But unlike normal AI coding assistants that only focus on generating code, CodeRabbit is designed around the entire software development lifecycle. It understands pull requests, tickets, code bases, docs, monitoring tools, architecture discussions, and team memory. And honestly, I think that distinction matters a lot because raw intelligence alone isn't enough for engineering teams. Teams need context, memory, judgment, and persistent knowledge. According to the brief, CodeRabbit pulls context from GitHub, Jira, Docs, monitoring tools, and even cloud infrastructure, so it starts tasks with the full picture instead of a blank slate. And instead of engineers rebuilding context manually every day, the agent retains it inside the workflow. I think one of the smartest ideas in this brief is the concept of invisible engineering friction, because most engineering delays aren't caused by typing speed, they're caused by missing context. Imagine this: a developer opens Slack, someone mentions a production issue. Now they need to find the Jira ticket, open GitHub, check logs, review the PR, understand all decisions, look through documentation, and maybe message another engineer for historical context. That entire process can take longer than the actual coding. And the bigger the company gets, the worse this problem becomes. One of the biggest problems engineering teams face is tribal knowledge. Critical information lives inside one senior engineer's brain or buried inside old Slack threads, and when that context disappears, productivity drops immediately. But CodeRabbit agent is designed to preserve that knowledge persistently across workflows. Now here's the part that makes this interesting. CodeRabbit agent works directly inside Slack, and honestly, I think that's a very smart design decision. Because whether engineers like it or not, Slack is where work coordination already happens. Most engineering discussions already happen inside threads: BR discussions, incidents, architecture decisions, deployment coordination, bug reports, all inside Slack. So instead of forcing engineers into another dashboard or AI app, CodeRabbit brings the workflow directly into the place teams already work. You can raise a ticket directly from Slack. The agent pulls context automatically, writes code, reviews pull requests, explains changes, suggests fixes, and even opens PRs without leaving the thread. And honestly, that starts feeling less like an assistant and more like an actual engineering teammate. Another major feature is AI-powered code review, and this matters because code reviews are becoming a huge bottleneck in modern engineering. With AI coding tools generating massive amounts of code, engineering teams are reviewing more pull requests than ever before, but weak review systems create risk. Teams ship faster but with lower confidence. According to the brief, CodeRabbit continuously reviews pull requests, explains reasoning, analyzes the codebase, and even suggests ready-to-commit fixes. And honestly, that feedback loop is important because instead of just flagging problems, the system actively helps resolve them. That reduces back and forth discussions, speeds up reviews, and helps engineers merge faster without sacrificing quality. I think the most underrated feature here is memory. Most AI tools today are stateless. You ask a question, you get an answer, then the context disappears. But engineering teams don't operate in isolated prompts. Projects evolve over months or years, decisions matter, architecture history matters, prior incidents matter. And according to the brief, CodeRabbit keeps persistent organizational memory that becomes institutional knowledge instead of disappearing when a tab closes. That's a very different philosophy from normal AI assistants. It's less about one-time answers and more about creating a persistent engineering brain for the company. One thing I also appreciate is that the platform focuses heavily on guardrails and governance because AI systems touching real production environments without proper controls is honestly terrifying. The brief specifically highlights scope level controls, channel scoped access, role based permissions, and spend governance. And I think this becomes increasingly important as AI agents move deeper into real engineering workflows because companies don't just need powerful AI, they need accountable AI. So after reading through the brief and analyzing the product positioning, I think CodeRabbit agent is trying to solve a much deeper problem than just AI code generation. It's solving engineering coordination, context memory, workflow continuity, and invisible productivity loss. And honestly, I think that's where the next generation of AI engineering tools is heading. Not isolated coding assistants, persistent engineering teammates. If you want to learn more about CodeRabbit agents, check out the links in the description below. And if you want more deep dives into AI developer tools and engineering workflows, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.